G'day guys, my name is Pete and I'm the host of Aussie English. Welcome to this video. Today I want to show you the 3 types of Australian accent. Let's go. So if you're learning Australian English, guys, and you're wanting to perfect that Australian accent, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the icon next to it, the bell icon, so that you can stay up to date with all of my new videos. So quick disclaimer, guys, I am not a linguist. I am simply an English teacher, specifically teaching Australian English, and a lot of my students have asked me to put this video together to show you guys the main kinds of Australian accent. As you may or may not be aware, there is quite a bit of variation in the Australian accent.
Struth!
Now, we're not going to cover every single variant in today's video. I just want to cover the 3 main kinds. And they are the cultivated accent.
Hello, I'm Cultivated Pete and I speak Australian English with a cultivated accent.
The general accent.
G'day guys, I'm General Pete and I speak with a general Australian accent. How's it going?
And the broad accent.
Yeah, g'day guys, I'm Broad Pete and I speak Australian English with a broad Australian accent.
Alright, so according to Wikipedia, the cultivated Australian accent has in the past been perceived as indicating high social class or education. It has some similarities to received pronunciation and the transatlantic accent. So some famous Australians who speak with a cultivated accent include actors Kate Blanchett and Geoffrey Rush, as well as ex-Prime Minister Malcolm Fraser. Let's have a listen.
Yes, well no, I actually grew up in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then I came to Sydney to go to the National Institute here and then got catapulted out, and I thought, well, I'll give it 5 years and see what happens. Johnny Depp's one of the great character actors of our time, I believe. Trapped in a leading man's body. He's got the best of both worlds. He has a brilliantly absurd sense of humour.
Most people aren't aware of it, but 1975 was, I think, the only year since the migration program began when more people left Australia.
Yeah, you blokes are just a bunch of posh cunts. Well, I never. How unsophisticated. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Alright, now the strongest Australian accent. According to Wikipedia, broad Australian English is recognisable and familiar to English speakers around the world. It is prevalent nationwide, but is especially common in rural areas. In Australia, this dialect is sometimes called Strine or Strayan, a shortening of the word Australian. And a speaker of the dialect may be referred to as an ochre. Some examples of Australians who speak with a broad Australian accent include ex-Prime Minister Julia Gillard, the crocodile hunter Steve Irwin, and actor Paul Hogan. Let's have a listen.
And I do meet women around the world, and really the only thing they know about Australia is they might know something about kangaroos, something about koalas, and about that speech.
Do you miss the outback? Oh, absolutely. First thing, get off the plane, mate. Didn't go home. Boom, straight into the bush, threw me swag out, camped under the stars, and I was healed up. Piece of cake.
Wonderful and weird at the same time. I had the rare and exotic thing of being the flavour of the month or flavour of the year almost for about a year.
Yeah.
And then it all, if you haven't sort of come out with another blockbuster, it's all over. You're forgotten.
Well, I do believe us posh cunts would refer to you broadies as ochre or bogan, depending on your social proclivities or whether or not you have a job. Yeah, righto. Fuck off, mate. Yeah, I'm going to avoid this one as well.
Last but not least, and the most common Australian accent that you are likely to hear is the general accent, okay? So according to Wikipedia, the general Australian English accent is the most common of Australian accents. It is especially prominent in urban Australia and is used as a standard language for Australian films, television programs, and advertising. So aside from the average Australian, some famous Aussies who speak with a general accent include actors Eric Bana and Hugh Jackman, as well as Olympic swimmer Ian Thorpe. Let's have a listen.
It was so much fun, and I'd sort of forgotten how much fun you can have and are allowed to have at work, because a lot of the movies I work on are, quite dramatic, and sometimes the sets are very, very serious. So to go to work where, laughing your head off all day long was kind of encouraged and you didn't get into trouble was so novel.
2 musicals early on, which shocked me that I was even up for a musical. And I was an actor, theatre actor, really. And then I couldn't get seen for films back in Sydney. This is way back in mid-90s.
Look, I notice where the water moves. I notice, how it's around me. And if, someone's out with their kick, I hear that and I kind of feel it. It does affect me a little bit.
I think we're pretty much just your average normal Australian, to be honest. Also lower class riffraff. Yeah, these guys are a bunch of wankers too. Way too posh. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. That was meant to be a bit of tongue-in-cheek satire, whilst also being educational and showing you some examples of the 3 most common accents that you will see when you come to Australia. There are some other sort of variants that I will try to cover in the future.
Yeah, we do plumbing work also, yeah?
And he goes, don't be a hero, mate.
We got a good man up here.
Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you want to stay up to date with all of my videos, guys. I teach Australian English. That is the focus of this channel. My job here is to help you better understand or better sound like an Australian English speaker. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a ripper of a day, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one.